Hey guys, what's up? It's Daniel with TrailerMountain.com, and today I'm going to be testing and reviewing and unboxing the PhiTorch P26R handheld flashlight. It's an LED flashlight. This bad boy has 3,600 lumens. It's ridiculously bright. It's like turning on the sun. USB rechargeable, and apparently it's super cool. So they use a Cree XHP70 LED bulb in this flashlight, and it's got a 150-hour max runtime, so that's kind of cool too. And USB rechargeable. So let's see, we also have, it's IPX8 waterproof rated, 2-meter drop proof. It's got a 265-meter beam throw, which is pretty substantial. This thing will run on turbo for 2.5 hours, on eco mode for 150 hours. That's pretty strong. And max brightness is 3,600 lumens. So let me get this thing out of the box. I want to see what it looks like. Okay, so first things first, owner's manual. Gotta have that. Before I get to the flashlight, actually comes with a nice holster, which is super cool. There's a USB to micro USB charging cable. Gotta have that. And then there's something else in here. Ah, they were nice enough to give me an extra O-ring. That's nice of them. Let's see what else is in here. There's something else. All right, so I have a keychain and then a little dongle. And this is like a USB dongle of some kind. Let me put this in here so I don't lose it. So we have a little USB dongle. So micro USB, regular USB. We'll get to that in a minute. This is the actual charging port right here. You pop that little guy open, and there's your charging port for USB. Plug her back in, and you're good to go. So here's your PhiTorch P26R. Nice little orange peel reflector in there. P26R. Nice ring on the bottom here. It's also flat, so you could potentially stand this thing up. And great heat sinks on the outside here. These are really going to help with the heat. One power button right here. That's also your mode button, so that will help you cycle through the different light output modes. This thing unscrews. It unscrews very nicely. Very well machined aluminum. PhiTorch on the circuit board down there, so that's kind of cool too. And like most of these, they have a little insulating film, so let's get that little guy out of there. We don't need that anymore. It's a 4,500 milliamp 26650 battery. So this sucker is huge. So we're going to put that bad boy in here. Positive side towards the light. Nice little O-ring that they give you a spare for too, but a nice little O-ring and grease from the factory, so that's really going to help protect it and keep the internals from getting wet. And then I'll turn it on. Low, medium, high, and then off. Has strobe as well if you double tap. Has SOS as well. Double tap again. So granted it's sunny out, so you can't really see how bright it is, but once the sun goes down, we're going to do some night shots, and I'll show you how bright this thing really gets. Apparently it's like ridiculously bright. So I mean 3,600 lumens is way bright. So as I said, let's let the sun go down and we'll get this sucker outside. I'll show you how bright this thing really gets. Alright guys, so I have the P26R from PhiTorch, and I'm going to turn it on right now. I have this tree. I have a tree right behind me, so this is on low. You can see me, here I am right here. This is on low. Goes into medium, high, and then turbo. And turbo, this is the 3,600 lumen ridiculousness of a flashlight. And if you double tap, it goes into SOS. Double tap it again, goes into strobe. And then you push and hold it, shuts it off. Easy peasy. Super bright flashlight and fits in the hand really well. Here I am right here. You can kind of see me. You can see the beam throw on this thing too. High, medium, low. And then it goes back into the medium, high, and then turbo, and then back through. And you can just cycle through and it goes, you know, through the different light output modes. But this is the 3,600 lumen super bright torch. It just lights up the whole park. Really, really nice flashlight. and ridiculously bright. All right, so here's the PhyTorch P26R, and this is on low. Actually low, medium, high, and then turbo, and then it kind of goes back down into this, you know, you cycle through the light output modes. But yeah, this thing is just crazy bright. Not a bad little flashlight. Plus it doubles as a power bank too, so that's huge. You can push and hold it, turns it off. This thing weighs in just under 5 ounces, so it is pretty hefty. It's not something I would backpack with, but I would definitely keep it in the bug out bag so I could, you know, have it rechargeable and have a really high powered flashlight. This flashlight also has lockout mode, and when the flashlight is off, you basically just push the side switch and you hold it, and you'll see it flash just like that. Now it's in lockout mode, you can't turn it on. So when it's in lockout mode, obviously you can't accidentally turn it back on, but what you would do is you would push and hold it. So to turn it back, to get it off of lock mode, you would just basically push and hold it from the off position, and it turns back on. Push and hold it, turns it off. So what's super cool about this is that when you have this little guy plugged in, plug it in just like that on the side of the flashlight, with that little dongle, you can actually use this to recharge your device. So you plug in and you could use the battery that's left in here to recharge your phone, which is great. So that's a really cool feature. I like that. When you're done, you just take it out, boom. The little keychain keeps this with you at all times. You just put it on your key ring and you have a USB to micro USB adapter. So that's awesome that it comes with it. They didn't have to do that, but I think it's really cool that they included it. So inside the holster, there's also the wrist lanyard. Now you can use this if you like, it's adjustable. I don't really like the wrist lanyard, so I'm not gonna put it on, but when you get that flashlight in its holster, it'd be a lot easier once it was on your hip belt, but it fits nice and snug, and you know it's not gonna fall off. It has a nice Velcro enclosure on the top, snap and Velcro on the back side here to really attach to your hip belt or to your shoulder strap or something like that. So nice. I also like that it's branded. You know me, I'm a big fan of branding. So basically you just loop this lanyard through here. I'll just keep it on for the sake of this review. Essentially there it is. Bam. So if you want to have this on your wrist, kind of just cinch this down in case you drop it. You're like, oh yeah, I still got it. Okay, cool. But I'm not a really big fan of the lanyard, so I'm gonna take it off. So on turbo, this thing lasts for about 90 seconds, just because on turbo at 3600 lumens, it puts out a tremendous amount of heat also. So it will eventually drop itself back down. Once it goes to its next notch down, it's 1200 lumens. It'll go for about, the battery will last for about 2.5 hours at that point. The high at 650 will last just over 5 hours. So medium at 120 lumens will last a little over a full day. It's like 25 hours. So low at 20 lumens will last 150 hours. That's huge, especially from like an emergency standpoint. That's great. That's a huge battery in here. That 26650 battery is massive. So I think PhyTorch did a really good job. All right, guys, so that's my review of the P26R from PhyTorch. If you guys have any questions whatsoever, please leave those down in my comment section down below, and I will get back to you as quickly as I can. Also, too, please like, share, and subscribe. It really means a lot when people subscribe to my channel and like what I have to say about the gear that I'm testing. So thanks very much for tuning in. Really appreciate you checking out my latest video. Please keep checking back for more gear reviews, outdoor-related hodgepodge, tech and camera reviews, giveaways, and gear talk. So thanks again, guys. We'll see you next time. Get outdoors.